Hi, viewers. This is Matt Leach, and welcome back to the Cryptocurrency Odyssey show, where we give you the positive news about cryptocurrency and the troubling news about cryptocurrency also. It's been another great week for us here at Cryptocurrency Odyssey. And remember, we don't promote anything, we just give you the information so you can make an informed decision about cryptocurrency and the metaverse and how it works for you. Today's show is about the Internet of Things, Web3, cryptocurrency, the metaverse, and how it all works together. And if I can think of anything else to throw in there, I will. This should be exciting, and we'll talk about the strategies you can use to profit from this. That's going to be up to you mainly, but and what it could mean to you. There are a lot of metaverses all vying for your attention, and the metaverse, of course, as we all know, is a hypothetical iteration of the internet as a single universal and immersive virtual world that's facilitated by augmented reality and virtual reality headsets. Now, um, the term metaverse originated in 1992. It's a blended word of meta and universe, and metaverse development is linked to advancing virtual reality technology, and that's kind of what we'll talk about today. I'm going to talk about the Internet of Things, Web3. Recent interest in the metaverse development is influenced by Web3, and I'm going to talk all about how it affects cryptocurrency and leading to what's next. Now, for instance, just to get started here, everything from hair scissors to weighing equipment, consumer and industrial devices are having chips inserted into them to collect and communicate data. They even tell me that they're inserting chips into people now. Imagine smart toasters and refrigerators connected to rectal thermometers and fitness collars for dogs. That might just seem to be some of the everyday dumb items that are being connected to the web as part of the Internet of Things, but they're not the only ones. The big dream here is connected machines and objects in manufacturing factories that offer the potential for a fourth industrial revolution. Completely automatic factories that are turning out widgets that we all need daily. Some experts have predicted more than half of new businesses will run on the Internet of Things by 2022. So you might look around, see if you're one of those businesses. Now, in the broadest sense, the term IoT encompasses everything connected to the Internet, but it is increasingly being used to define objects that communicate and talk to each other. The Internet of Things is made up of devices, from simple sensors to smartphones and wearables, augmented reality devices, and virtual reality connected together, according to the experts, and they all work together. Now, the strategy of combining these connected devices with automated systems has resulted in making it possible to gather information, analyze it in record time, and create an action to help someone with a particular task or learn from a process or keep your business viable. In reality, this ranges from smart mirrors to beacons in shops and beyond. So there's a lot more out there. Easily put, it's about networks, it's about devices, it's about data and connection. IoT allows devices on closed private internet connections to communicate with others, and the Internet of Things brings those networks together. It gives the opportunity for devices to communicate not only within close silos, but across different networking types and creates a much more connected world. Um, I feel like it's already connected enough, but there's more coming, is what that means. An argument has been raised that only because something can be connected to the internet doesn't mean it should be. But each device collects data for a specific purpose that might be useful to a consumer and computer and impact the wider economy in a good way, we hope. We hope there's no negative activities that come from that. If you consider industrial applications, sensors on product lines can increase efficiency and cut down on waste. It's been estimated that over 30% of US manufacturers are using data from smart sensors within their setups already. As an example, sensors have been developed to create a device that can be inserted into concrete to provide data on the material's condition, for instance. The opportunity in the Internet of Things offers us the ability to be more efficient in how we do things. That saves time, it saves money, and eliminates waste in the process. It allows companies, governments, and public authorities to rethink how they deliver services and produce goods. The quality and scope of the data across the Internet of Things generates an opportunity for a much more responsive interaction with devices to create a potential for change. And it doesn't stop at a screen, it goes a lot deeper than that. The physical world has been reluctant to embrace financial systems such as cryptocurrency. IoT, however, has the potential to enable safe online transactions. Internet connected gadgets are a part of the Internet of Things, and they have the potential to make life simpler. It's just that simple. IoT has the potential to make life simpler. A cryptocurrency system may be used to fuel the Internet of Things. Let's take an example. Instead of connecting your internet connected washing machine to a debit or credit card, it might utilize cryptocurrency to purchase fresh detergent as required. Some of the key points to consider here are you've got security, which is always a big thing with the internet and the metaverse and Web3. The key point to consider is an additional security that the blockchain might offer. You can't manipulate or tamper with the ledger. It's because it prevents anyone's line of communication from being intercepted. By offering direct payment services, the blockchain shows its value to the globe. Furthermore, there's no need for a third party manager for financial services provided by cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum or the other any of the other 19,000 that are available. Thus, its self sufficient security solution makes it an ideal component for Internet of Things systems and how they operate. Now, encrypting data, the usage of blockchain encryption and distributed storage would be beneficial. It would enable safe data recording on IoT devices. All transaction details may be completed without the need for human intervention. This would maintain the data's integrity, and all parties engaged in the supply chain can trust it. Communication with blockchain networks, such as Ethereum, uses smart contracts. They enable IoT devices to securely interact and transact with one another. Furthermore, details may be completed without the need for human intervention. This would maintain the data's integrity, and all parties engaged in the supply chain can trust it. We hope. Okay. Communication with blockchain networks such as Ethereum would help a lot for that. Now, cost reduction, a blockchain enables the pooling and sharing of trustworthy data directly among different parties. This is because there is no need for a middleman. The cost of the intermediary or intermediaries in the transaction value is reduced. The blockchain via smart contracts may enable internet IoT devices to automate transactions and payments across many devices and blockchains, which should speed things up a bit. Now, as far as tracking goes, the blockchain may maintain permanent or unchangeable records of an IoT device's history. This feature would allow smart devices to operate autonomously on an IoT network. As a result, it eliminates the need for centralized authority, and the blockchain will provide lots of options for developing an IoT system. Now, the original web, which is kind of known as Web 1, just connected computers and users worldwide. That's where the name World Wide Web came from, and it's called the read-only internet because that's it. You can read whatever's on there. Web 2, often called the read-write internet, broadened the content and connections to encompass things like social media, real-time content and news, online shopping, and a whole bunch of more elaborate web applications. But this is where we are now, where we're all creating and sharing content on social media. But most of this data is owned and controlled by the platform companies. That may not be a problem for you, but Web3, often called read, write, own, represents the next big step in the evolution of online interactions. It enables a bridge between the physical and virtual worlds by introducing new ownership and transactional models that stretch across and blend digital and physical realms. At the heart of Web3 is the concept of decentralized ownership, currently facilitated by blockchain technology. The distributed ledger establishes a verifiable and traceable way to ensure that items and assets are authentic. It also introduces a way to compensate individuals for their time, data, and input while permitting them to retain control of their personal data. An advertiser, for example, might offer consumers some form of currency if they're willing to share income information. We'll give you some Ethereum, or we'll give you some Bitcoin, or Shiba Inu is a popular one right now. Suddenly, because of this, it's possible to pay or reward customers and brand devotees for helping to collaborate on a new product or service, whether it's a clothing line, a label for a soft drink bottle, or an NFT. It's possible to buy, sell, and exchange digital NFTs, as well as tokens representing a deed of property in the physical world, or digital sports cards in a virtual NFT gallery. Recently, there's been some interest in digital sports cards being sold on the internet. You've probably seen a few of them. There are three primary components to Web3, though. First is ownership. Until Web3, tokenization was available only at the point of contact for a specific transaction or an ongoing transaction. This imposed limits on what's possible online. However, blockchain allows for an entirely new ownership model. In this new world, digital assets become more like physical assets. People can take their digital assets wherever they go and transfer those assets to others at any time. A movie or book bought online can suddenly be sold to a friend, a transaction that has to be done physically at the moment. Aligned incentives is something that Web3 does. It supports tighter alignment between brands and consumers uh, through the ownership of digital property, of course. The importance of this shouldn't be ignored. In a Web3 world, one way connections and communications and things like linear subscriptions go away. Consumers are suddenly partners and even owners. With a stake in the Web3 world, a business suddenly has an opportunity to create a new and more actively involved type of brand advocate. A social media influencer, for instance, might choose to promote a brand or product on their individual platforms because of incentives that extend beyond money, maybe influence on how a company is run, equity, even, or co-branding opportunities. There's just lots of different ways to do this, and we're learning, right? We're all learning how to do this. Community. It's tempting to think of community as an entirely separate entity from ownership and aligned incentives. In reality, the three are deeply intertwined. Incentives and rewards created through tokenization produce a new and potentially more valuable community. Businesses that get this equation right may have an opportunity to achieve a new class of super loyalty. You'll keep those customers coming in and buying your product. Collaborative communities can generate art, videos, photos, online posts that aid marketing teams, web creators that develop a new brand. That's no less important. Members of a community are likely to increase their transactions in the physical world. Now, we're coming to the end of the show. If you want to keep up with the trends of the blockchain industry, you can join communities on Discord, Reddit, or Telegram, or you can tune into Cryptocurrency Odyssey for updates on metaverse platforms, uh, the Internet of Things, Web3, cryptocurrency, metaverse. I think I said that already, but we welcome all suggestions for content. We'd love to get lots more connections with you. If you've got something you'd like us to review, leave a comment about it here on YouTube, and we'll consider it. We'll get back in touch with you if it's a good one. That wraps up the show today, and we hope you enjoyed our new show. And so tune in next week when we continue to explore the world of cryptocurrency. You can listen to the show again and download the video or the audio at YouTube, on YouTube at Cryptocurrency Odyssey. And when you do that, bring a few friends. All of you subscribe and leave me some comments. Then you'll have something to discuss or argue about on the weekend. Have a great week. And remember, don't take any wooden crypto.